Phrases that trigger attraction in a woman's subconscious. Most men talk too much and say nothing. They throw words around like confetti, hoping one lands, hoping she'll notice. But a man of power doesn't hope. He speaks with precision, with purpose, with weight. Every sentence is a strike, every word a weapon. If your mouth is undisciplined, your life is undisciplined. And women, whether they admit it or not, are wired to feel the difference. Because deep attraction isn't about looks, it isn't about charm, it's about energy. And words, when used properly, transmit energy. Today, we aren't here to play games. We're here to sharpen your tongue into a blade, to give you 5 phrases rooted in control, confidence, and stoic discipline that trigger subconscious attraction in a woman. These are not pickup lines, these are verbal pressure points. Use them without strength, and they will fail. Use them with inner mastery, and you will shift the entire dynamic. Let's make one thing clear. Women don't fall for weak men, they fall for certainty. They follow presence. They respond to masculine command like steel to a magnet, not because society programmed them, but because nature did. This world has too many soft men trained to apologize for existing. Men who fear their own voice, who dilute their words with hesitation, disclaimers, and desperate. But if you learn to speak from your center, from silence, from intention, your words carry fire. And women feel it before they even know why. Nature punishes the unprepared. Society devours the soft. If you will not harden yourself, the world will harden you by force. What you say matters, but how you say it and who you are when you say it matters more. So, before we dive into these phrases, understand this. They only work when they're backed by power, not noise, not bravado and real, internal, unshakable power. Let's begin. Principle 1. Control the frame before you speak. Never speak into a frame she controls. Your words should not seek entry. They should redefine the room. Phrase 1. You don't have to prove anything to me. Sounds simple, but in her subconscious, it lands like a thunderbolt. Why? Because most men are seeking her validation, begging for her approval, laughing too hard, agreeing too fast. It's pitiful and she feels it. She smells the neediness. But when you say this phrase with calm, controlled energy, you break the cycle. You position yourself as the judge, not the applicant. You will let her know she is being observed, not pursued. Her instinct tightens. Her mind races. Why isn't he trying to impress me? What does he see that I don't? She may not say it aloud, but her attraction is already triggered. Principle 2. Never be the one chasing. Attraction dies in the hands of the desperate. The more you chase, the less she feels. A man must be the prize, or he becomes a placeholder. Phrase 2. That's interesting, but I value action more than words. Say this after she tries to explain herself, impress you, or tell you what she plans to do. Why it works? Because it subcommunicates standards. Most men nod at everything she says like trained dogs, but this response checks her. It calmly separates you from the herd. Women are biologically tuned to test a man's seriousness. They want to feel your backbone. This phrase tells her, without aggression, I don't care what you say, I watch what you do. Suddenly, she wants to show you who she really is, to prove herself, to earn your attention. Congratulations, you've shifted the power dynamic without ever raising your voice. Principle 3. Never be afraid to withdraw. The strongest position is always detachment. A man who can walk away is a man who commands everything. I just observe and adjust. This one is brutal, and it must be said with absolute emotional neutrality. It kills drama, it ends manipulation, and most importantly, it tells her, I am not reactive, I'm strategic. She'll feel one of two things: fear if she was trying to manipulate you, respect if she values masculine structure. Either way, she understands you're not a boy, you're not triggered, you're not here to negotiate your worth. You adapt your reposition, you disappear if necessary, and that unsettles her in the best possible way. Principle 4. Lead the emotional environment. A woman's feelings are shaped by the atmosphere you create. You're either leading the vibe or reacting to hers. Phrase 4. I like peace. If it feels forced, I'd rather not. She might suggest something chaotic. Drama, games, passive aggression, tests. This sentence ends it all without insult, without confrontation. Why does it trigger attraction? Because peace is rare, and only men with strong internal foundations demand peace. Boys chase chaos. Men create order. This phrase signals that you're not available for dysfunction, that your time, your energy, your presence are guarded. She'll either level up or fall away. Either isn't a win. Principle 5. Speak from silence, not from need. The most powerful words come from a place of stillness, not anxiety. Speak less, but when you do, make it echo. Phrase 5. I don't explain myself to people who aren't invested. This one cuts deep because it tells her, not everyone gets access to me. It's a boundary dressed as a statement, a line drawn without confrontation. When a woman pushes for details or tries to box you into defensiveness, this is your response. It reminds her that you are not here to be understood by force. You move in silence. You don't over-explain. You're not rattled by misunderstanding. This forces her to lean in, to listen more, to value what little you reveal, because the rarest man is the one who doesn't he need to be seen but can't he be ignored. Most men are ruled by emotion. They speak to fill silence, to chase approval, to soften the blow of rejection. But not you, not anymore. A stoic man speaks from stillness, from clarity, from strength. Use these phrases only when you've earned the right to speak them. When your actions, your posture, your energy match your words. Because without discipline, they're just lines. With discipline, they are weapons. She won't know why you pull her in, why she feels you even when you're not around. But you will, because you've chosen to master the battlefield of speech at the place where most men lose the war before it even begins. Strength is built in silence. Excellence is earned, not given. Hit like, subscribe, then shut this video off and get back to work. Your voice only matters when it's backed by fire.